Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree on the PC. Time has come. Hopefully, hopefully this is the last video. Because if it's not the last video, then this video is really gonna suck. We're on the final boss of the DLC, Promised Consort Radahn. And we took a preview of him last time. He seemed to be quite the real son of a bitch. We weren't really attacking those, so, you know. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm sure there's at least 2 phases, possibly more. Or, you know, like those kind of sub-phases that they do. But yeah, so, in the interim, I did go around, try and find a few more Erdtree blessing fragments. And I did get us up to 19. Mostly by killing some hippos and stuff. But I would need 3 more to get to 20, and I've looked at a map, you know. But I just don't know. I don't remember which ones I've gotten or haven't gotten. I don't really want to take the time to go all the way through. So 19 will have to do it. And we're going to try first the Freya's Greatsword with Flame of the Red Mains, because this boosts the damage by a little bit. And yeah, our physic is not really aligned for this, but we're going to go with Shard of Alexander, Ritual Sword Talisman, and Fire Scorpion Charm. We really want to give Flame of the Red Mains its best chance possible, pretty much. Except I'd have to go back and change my physic, and there's no grace here. So it's an annoying little run back. Or is there a grace here? I don't even remember. No. Oh, there is. Okay, I didn't... Just never mind. How about just never mind? So we're gonna go with this Flame Shrouding Cracked here, and for the other one, probably still boosting negation. We're not gonna stagger with Flame of the Red Mane, and I don't know. Maybe Bloodsucking Cracked here if that boosts it. I don't remember. I did see a video about it, but I don't remember. It's fine. We'll be fine. Okay. So we're gonna give Flame of the Red Mains the best chance possible. We'll see how it goes. So the plan is, actually, I don't normally do this, but since we're gonna be spamming the Ash of War, let's go with, 3. So I have to spend 1 just to summon Tay-Tay. And yeah, we're going all out, every little bit we can get to help that doesn't involve summoning another player. Okay, let's do it. Here he is. He looks upset.
Pleasure to see you. But those remains do not...
Okay, that was not a lot of damage on Flame of the Red Mane, unfortunately. Yeah, this is... I mean, I don't know any of his resistances or anything like that, but it could be that he's just pretty resistant to fire, and we're not going to get anywhere with it. Tiole does seem to be quite bugged, actually, though. He's just not coming in. I summoned him first, he was standing there, and then just nothing. Why? I didn't even attack you. Okay, yeah, this is no-go, though. Okay. I mean, yeah, that was a test. It was a test. I mean, I guess I could try just hitting him with the sword, but not really great. We're doing like nothing to him. Jesus. Fuck! Yeah. He's got a lot of health. I think we can all agree on that. I definitely feel bad for the people that went in on, like, their main character. Went into the DLC, I mean, on their main character that they played for, like, 600 hours, and they're on, like, New Game 7. They're like, alright, I'm pretty godly, I'm gonna go into the DLC, and then they gotta fight this guy in New Game plus 7. Just ridiculous. Okay, so that was that. Next, we're gonna go with Letta's Sword, which I've also gotten a plus 10. Oh, also, while looking around for fragments, there is a very, very secret area. Like, obviously I missed it, and many people probably missed it. It's in the final area here. You have to go down a bunch of ledges very precariously, and the first one is like really kind of just like out of sight, and you keep going, you end up back in Bellerot or whatever, and you get a fragment, but you also get this twin blade, Euphoria. Apparently it's not super hot though. Basically, if you do a certain number of attacks in a short time frame, you like buff the blade. And then you can spend that buff on the Ash of War, the skill, to, like, send out all these blasts. But, especially in the DLC, like, you're not getting many attacks in a short time frame in most boss battles. So, yeah, just not so hot. Okay, but Letta's Sword plus 10. And now we want to do basically the same thing, but swap over to Holy. Because I think that's what the... I think that's what the skill does. It's fully damage. We'll give it a shot. And then we'll change the physic over to Holy as well. I mean, he probably resists Holy. He probably resists everything, so whatever. I don't know. I guess I'll try Ansbach first, but I think I did that the first time. I think he's just bugged. Yeah, see, Ansbach, like, moves with you. Like, he's moving around. Tiole doesn't move anywhere. He is bugged. I don't know what I could do to, like, unbug him. Is there an item you can use to, like, make a shockwave or something? I mean, maybe a fire pot or something. Yeah, I don't know. Use one of these though. Fun. Damn. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have both of them, but I guess one is already more than I would normally have. Ow.
General Radahn.
Oh, there's Tiolier. We got him.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
Okay. Seems like it does a decent amount. Oh, I didn't pop the physic yet. Okay, that'll help. Oh, he's staggered. Get them, boys. Oh, phase 2!
Lord Brother. At long last you are returned. Tarnished one. Aspiring Lord of the Old Order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Mikola, and my promised consort, Radahn.
Oh, great. Great, great, great. Oh god, now he gets all his holy spells and shit. Oh boy. Well, there goes Tay. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, then... okay. It's like 1/3 of the way done, and that's when the real fight starts. So that first part is really just like a warm-up, I guess. Well, shit. That did not go well. I mean, the damage seemed okay. But obviously... yeah, I mean, I'm taking... we're not very defensive. So I'm at a distance when I'm shooting the bolts. But if I get hit, I get fucking hit. So... yeah, I don't know. Let's try, let's try the Starline sword. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use the skill much. So, let's go with Lord of Blood's Exaltation. And we're going to go with some defensive stuff. I think we definitely want Holy. So the Golden Braid. And then the last bit probably should be some other defensive thing. Because I don't know what else I would throw in here. Or boost our guard ability so we can guard more. Maybe. It's probably a little iffy. Because I could go with Crimson Sea Talisman +1. Because it's going to be a lengthy fight. So let's go with that. Let's go back here. And let's go with 13 and 1. I don't think we're going to use the ability too often. But hey, at least we got both guys there. That was good. Oh, my physic. Oh, did I not summon him? Okay. Okay, so physic. Now, I have heard that this one, Enhances Spontaneous Guard, is really good. You just have to block right before the attack hits. But if you, like, kind of spam the block, it works. To some degree, I guess. And you basically take, like, no damage. You'll take way less stamina damage. And it'll enhance your guard counter. And there will be, like, a sound effect that plays if you do it. So we'll give it a try. But I heard it was very good. Alright, you with us, Tiolier? You with us now? Hard to tell, and this is like a bad time to learn how this thing works. Flasks. Tay's already dead. Not great. Oh my god. Well, that was bad. I feel like he took more damage now before going to the second phase. Or maybe he's like right on the edge there. So obviously, part of the problem, well, one of the differences was that I was in his face this time instead of spamming from a distance. But yeah, obviously I was trying to trigger the perfect block. And suffering for it. I he does have a lot of, like, wide, big swings that you think would work perfectly for it, but, you know. You know. That's so shit!
General Radon, a pleasure to see you. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
I think that was it, by the way. And I think it did, like, nullify the fucking attack. Which is pretty sweet, but... he's going hard. He destroyed Tay so quickly. The thing with the perfect block and going for the guard counter is, like, you don't want to go for guard counters against this guy. He will just annihilate you. Because his combos never end. See what I'm saying? Okay. It's a nice idea, but like I'm gonna focus too much on it and it's gonna throw me off, and I would be better off not blocking ultimately. I would be better off just rolling. So yeah, not for me, dog. Not for this fight, at least. So, probably... I could see just the fact that we have 4 of us. I could potentially see going for stance breaking. Oh, why didn't I do oil when I was testing? It wouldn't have. Honestly, I'm not quite sure. Alright, we'll just go for stance breaking. Not that this weapon is really ideal for that. Be a shame if I didn't have to waste so much time re-summoning every time. I guess I could just not summon. As for little Tay, yeah, he is kind of getting abused. But despite that, he holds out for a lot longer than you'd think. Considering he's like the sole target. Fucking Christ, man. That's so stupid! Okay, we cannot summon first thing. Like, he will not allow it. Fucking hell, it's so stupid.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord,
look at this nonsense. I can't even see. The hell is this, Miyazaki? Oh my god.
It's up to you now.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let's try. Apparently this is my highest attack power weapon I have for this setup. Or we could do Blasphemous Blade, which is also quite powerful at this junction. But let's... That seems so stupid. I mean, what am I really going to do with that? I like how low the humble longsword is. But we could do something with the longsword with the right Ash of War. What would be good? Chilling Mist, maybe. Alright, yeah, let's try that. We don't need this. Instead, I guess let's switch to... Let's try that. I don't know. Fuck it. Give it a shot. And throughout all this, you know, we're learning the boss. We're learning... we're learning all his moves. And we're getting better and better. And before long, it won't even matter what we use. Because we'll just be able to no-hit the boss. After 800 hours of attempts. Okay, but long story short, don't fucking summon Lil Pei first thing. Because that will get us smacked. So just wait a moment, see what he's doing. See, he's doing that shit right away. And now you don't have to get hit as much.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
Savage Lion's Claw. Now. Fucking hell. Okay, well that was just me being bad. More than anything. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get too many staggers with this longsword, so go for something better. I don't know. Hard to say. But anyways, you can see why people have been drawn to that cheese build of just tanking him completely and poking. Again, I don't know all the specifics of the build. But I guess with the right shield, you don't take any damage even from his holy attacks. You can just tank forever. I don't know. I don't know. Ansbach! Ansbach! Well, at least we're getting him away from all this bullshit.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
That's crazy. Does anyone want to hit this guy so I can summon? What the fuck? Where are they? What the hell? Where were they? That was bullshit. Jesus. Now Tiole is like already dead. Guy must have like 600,000 health. You think that's enough? There goes Tay. There goes Tiole. We just do not do much damage. Oh god, he's still on me. Great. Great, great.
Voyage guided by compassion.
Okay. That sounds nice. Yeah, but then he keeps killing me. So, is the voyage death? Is that the voyage? I have to say, I think the longsword is shit. I think it's doing shit. I think it's not the way to go. We were doing better with the Starline sword. Other options. Fuck it. Let's do Devonia's hammer. God, he whiffed. Okay. It's not even at +10. I just want to see how well it's staggered. He is a son of a bitch, though, isn't he? Probably the hardest boss. There is a video out there, definitely, of someone killing him with no hits by parrying. I didn't watch the whole video, obviously, but the first part. Pretty insane. Just walks in naked with a buckler.
But those remains do not belong to me. Lord Mangg will have his bounty.
You can't parry him from, you can't riposte from the back. What the fuck is that? I have to learn how to dodge. Yep, that one's a tough one to dodge, man. Probably to the side is bad. You probably want to dodge into it. Okay. Yeah, maybe the anvil hammer would be better. Should we go level up the anvil hammer? Or there's also the Blood Fiend's arm or whatever that does the obscene. But I think I'd have to respec to really get the most out of that. Whereas the Anvil Hammer has the highest attack of a unupgraded weapon I have. I don't have many runes, though. I'd have to spend a remembrance. Although at this point, I don't know if I care. That's probably not enough. But, give it a shot. How is this organized? Oh, whatever. Damn. Alright, use another remembrance, I guess. Probably a lame one that I won't really care about. Like, the Omen King. Okay. Yeah, it's got more than... It's almost 100 more than what we're using. Okay. It's a big-ass fucking hammer. Jeez. Well, 40 minutes into this video, we have accomplished very little. Now, I think if we want to give this best chance... Oh, God, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess we want to go with enhanced two-handed attack. I can't really nix this without really fucking over my armor, unless we want a fat roll, but I'm tempted to not want a fat roll. So maybe we'll just go with that. I don't know. I remember the Ash of War on this being, or the skill being really good. Especially for staggers. But if I can't riposte him from behind, which I think is bullshit, makes it a little trickier. I have to be in front of him.
A pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have
you. Yeah, just roll into it. No problem. I was benefiting from that flask talisman. God, he is a bitch to stagger. What the fuck? How much damage am I even doing? It's obviously a little hard to tell, but I don't think my actual attacks do that much, because it's like fire scaling. 1300 a swing. I know we just upgraded that, but I honestly, the Starline sword might have been the way to go. Alright, yeah, I guess fuck it. Let me put this back on, and definitely want this on, and what else would we want? I mean, I could put on a Shard of Alexander, but I don't know. Alternatively, do winged sword insignia or something, or dried bouquet, because we know Tay's gonna die pretty quickly. I don't know, I don't think that's often recommended, but sure. We're trying all sorts of stuff today. And hey, let's put on another rune arc just for fun. Such a little benefit. This is not going well. Overall, I think it's very unlikely we beat him. And I don't really want to use, like, the extreme cheese. Like, because in that case, I'd rather just not beat him. Which is probably weird. I mean, most people would probably either, like, be determined to beat him by their own skill, by their own hand, or be happy to just beat him however way they can, just to see the ending of the DLC or whatever, say they beat it. But yeah, I don't know. I just need a fucking moment to breathe. Oh, I should have put the flask thing back on. That was really useful. There's no way we're gonna survive through the whole fight without it. Yeah, I mean, this is now another 2 blast. Get back to full. I almost got the full combo off. Aw, you kidding me? Oh, he actually did riposte him. Okay, there goes Tay. I get an attack buff. Okay. Except now it gets really shit. I don't know where you're supposed to... What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's up to you now, Erdtree.
What the fuck? Dude, I don't think I can actually beat this guy. Meaning that I do not have the patience to beat this guy. Physically within my hands, eventually, yes, I would have the capabilities, but I just don't care enough. Because I beat, if you watched my first full playthrough of Elden Ring, I did beat Melania eventually, but that was with summoning Spirit Ash and using like super cheesy magic that just kind of obliterated her. And then I think in subsequent playthroughs I didn't, or my follow-up playthrough, I didn't even care to do it again, trying to beat her normally. What would I do differently? Oh yeah, the talisman. I think we want to swap that over. We could try Yosh instead. Give him a chance. The first phase is like tricky enough, you know? That second phase just seems insurmountable. Nuts. So yeah, I mean, mad respect, obviously, to anybody that doesn't just cheese the shit out of the boss and actually beats him. It's crazy to think that Miyazaki could say that he sucks at video games and he's beaten this. Presumably without the buggy cheese, or, I mean, maybe he used, like, that shield bullshit, but that doesn't seem likely. Because if that's what they... If that's how he had to... If that's what he had to do to beat it, and they're like, yeah, okay, that works. Release it, we're good.
A pleasure to see you. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
It's so hard to even see sometimes when you're right up in his face, you know? Oh, and he just turns on a dime. He's got all these big sweeping attacks and AoEs. Whoosh didn't really do too much. I can't believe I got the whole combo off. Look at that, I didn't even hit him. I didn't even hit him. I thought that was the prerequisite for him changing aggro. He just goes after the person that last hit him. But no, sometimes he will just swing at you. Just a piss in your Cheerios. Oh my god, we're doing like nothing. Oh, we got the bleed. That was nice. Gillia's done. What to do with this attack. God damn. Yeah, I mean, it's really just an obscene amount of health he has. I mean, I know we didn't really hit him that many times. But it's a lot. It's certainly a lot. Alright, let's go with the Blasphemous Blade for one last attempt. Probably throw the Shard of Alexander on there. See how that goes. But yeah, like I said, it's just not in me anymore to, like, beat my head against a boss over and over. You know, in the old days, those that watched the channel a long time, you know that I would ordinarily at this point say, okay, I guess we'll do a montage. And then what would follow is me just recording myself attempting the boss over and over and over until I finally kill him, and then I put it into a cool little montage in the video. That doesn't happen anymore because I don't want to do that middle step. Okay.
General Radahn.
Going back to Tay.
Pleasure to see you. After all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have
Nope. Hey, that was nice. Blasphemous Blade. Pretty good. Except I didn't come in with any flasks. So we don't have much blasphemous left. What? just do this attack whenever he feels like it? What the fuck? What do I do? Not that. What the fuck? Why is this legal? It's so hard to see anything. Happened? Oh, he's hugging Ansbach. Okay. I don't know what that really does. Wow, I was like casually sidestepping it like a boss. Doesn't work forever though. Holy shit. What the fuck? Miyazaki, goddammit! Well, we got him like close to hell, half hell. Yeah, Blasphemous Blade was actually not too shabby. I wonder if we spec a little bit more into that. Like we went with this and went here, gave ourselves a few more flasks, and physic went with fire. Maybe could also put on the Scorpion Charm, but I'm a little wary of that. Okay, one more attempt. One more attempt, and if it's not a really good attempt, we will call it. Stay near here so Ansbach can hit him.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you.
Fuck.
But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Mangg will have his dignity.
Ansbach getting fucked up. Oh no, he healed. Okay. Holy shit! Nearly one-shot me. What in the hell? Surprised we got a stagger last time. Last time was, I guess, an anomaly. I don't know what happened that was so good, but yeah. Obviously not. Alright. Well, I'm sorry, but of course there's going to be plenty of other videos out there if you really want to see what happens when Radahn dies. But that is too much for my blood, I'm afraid. I mean, we really didn't even get close. And, like I said, for me at this point in my life, if I'm not even close after an hour of attempts, meh. If we had gotten them to, like, 10% in one of those attempts, I'd say, okay, maybe, let's do another video, and if that doesn't work out, then fine. But we got them to maybe 50%, and that was a fluke, I think. Yeah. I really hope that they scale things back. Because if this is a sign of things to come, it's not super hot. I'd like them, and I just, again, with like sort of the mainstream popularity of Elden Ring, just don't know if they can go back at all to like the pace of Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and stuff. That sort of really much more weighty deliberateness to combat. Because are they really going to put out a game without like skills and Ashes of War at this point? I don't think so. And all of that just increases the pace of combat. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna end off this series here, though. So, we got pretty close. Like I said, when I first started, I was very nervous. I figured I would rage quit at some point and be done with it. But I did a lot of things to make things easy on myself. And at this point, the only thing that would make it easier is to do, like, full-on cheese. And I didn't ever want to do that. So, overall, I'd probably rate the DLC like a... like an 8? Yeah, I guess like an 8. There's a lot of stuff to enjoy. Just because it was, like, more Elden Ring. And I already really liked Elden Ring. So, a lot of the DLC was just more of what I wanted, and it was just kind of fun. You know, the exploration and the basic enemies and just kind of growing more powerful as you go. Like, that whole experience is just, yeah, I mean, it's really good. But the negatives, you know, a lot of empty space, a lot of shitty pickups that you go out of your way to get and stuff like that. Some bullshit enemies that are just annoying to fight. You know, the furnace golems are just not fun to fight. They look really cool. They was really epic when you first saw them, but not an enjoyable encounter. And then most of the bosses I think were pretty good, at least for me, that was using spirit ashes and NPC summons and stuff like that, and using all the Shadow Tree blessings. Most of them were just kind of good and enjoyable, like a kind of a nice spot of maybe like 2 or 3 attempts or 5 attempts or something to beat them. I just think this final boss is a little ridiculous. And I think a lot of people are agreeing with that. They think this is just not a very good boss, like from a design standpoint. But I've seen a lot of praise for Mesmer as a boss fight. And it was pretty cool. I mean, we didn't obviously spend a lot of time with it, because it wasn't that difficult with summons and stuff, but it was... I could see why people would praise that one while shitting all over this one. But yeah, so like an 8 out of 10. I said that I probably wouldn't play through it again on just a playthrough of Elden Ring, but I might. I mean, it's hard to say, because, like, I'd like to say, oh, well, I'll just do certain parts of it. But if you want to be able to do a lot of it, you need those blessings if you're not very good at the game. And so the blessing system kind of forces you to play all the DLC. So it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know. we'll see whenever I replay Elden Ring. But overall, I would say that if you like Elden Ring, you've played through, you know, a lot of it or all of it or whatever, I think the DLC is worth buying. So there's that. They could have definitely done worse. And I think that's the only DLC we're getting for Elden Ring, I believe. Which makes sense. I think most of us would rather they work on a different game. So, yeah. Alright. My name is Mangg. This has been Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. And I will see you fine folks around.
Oh, y'all motherfuckers thought it was over, huh? But it's not. You didn't count on a fallen angel getting back into the grace of God and coming after you. Y'all niggas ain't shit. Your producers ain't shit. Your fucking A&R ain't shit. I'll fucking fight my ass with your demo deal. Yo, Diabolic, take this motherfucker's head off!
Go ahead and grip blocks. I'll snap your trigger finger in 6 spots. You'll have to lip lock with hypodermic needles to lick shots. I watch you topple flat. Put away your writtens and holler back. Can't freestyle, you're screwed off the top like bottle caps. Beneath the surface, I'm overheating your receiver circuits by unleashing deeper verses than priests speak in churches. What you preach is worthless. Your worship defeat the purpose, like President Bush taking bullets for the Secret Service. Beyond what y'all fathom, I shit on cats and jaw tap them. Show no compassion like having a straight-faced orgasm. Tour jack 'em, have his half a 10 bitch suck my friend's dick. In the meantime, you could French kiss this clenched fist. Diabolic, a one-man brigade spreading cancer plague. Fist fucking a pussy's face, holding a hand grenade. So if I catch you bluffing, faggot, you're less than nothing. I just had to get that stress off my chest like breast reduction.
You motherfuckers are nothing. You cannot harm me. I'll resurrect every aborted baby and start an army. Storm the planet hunting you down. Cause I'm on a mission to split your body into a billion one-celled organisms. Immortal technique could destroy your religion, you stupid bitch. You're faker than blue-eyed crackers nailed to a crucifix. I'm about to blow up like NASA Challenger computer chips. Arsenic language transmitted revolutionarily. I'm like time itself. I'm gonna kill you inevitably. Chemically bomb you. Fuck using a chrome piece. I'm illmatic. You won't make it home like Jerome's niece. I'll sever your head diagonally for thinking of dissing me, and then use your dead body to write my name in calligraphy. This puppet democracy brainwashed your psychology, so you're nothing like diversity without equality. And your crew is full of more faggots than Greek mythology. Using numerology to count the people I sent to heaven produces more digits than 22 divided by 7. You like Kevin Spacey, your style is usually suspect. You never killed a cop, you not a motherfucking thug yet. Your mind is empty and spacious, like the part of the brain that appreciates culture and erases. Face it, you're too basic, you're never gonna make it. Like children walking through Antarctica, butt naked.
Okay. Well, I guess it turns out that I still do have a bit of that old part of the old guard still within me, and I couldn't leave it unfinished. Yeah, so I started watching Bibu's stream of her attempting Radahn, and you know, she's not particularly good, I think. It's based on like her weapon choices, talisman choices. Yeah, she's a little rough, but she got to Radahn, and she insists on doing it without any summons or spirit ashes or anything like that. And so she did a stream of like 4 hours of attempts and, you know, didn't beat him yet. But early on in her attempts, people in the chat were like, oh, you should do the summons just once to hear, you know, their dialogue for lore. And she's like, oh, well, what if I beat him then? And they're just like, you won't. And they were very right. But, you know, a bunch of people in chat said, well, you definitely won't because it's a lot harder with summons. With the 2 NPC summons. Like, he gets a massive boost to his health. Which is kind of what we were observing. I mean, his health seemed insane. I don't know how anyone could beat him with the 2 summons. You'd have to be very good. And so I was like, you know what? I gotta try it then once myself without summons. And I was like, okay, well, I may as well record this, you know, just in case you know, something happens. And so I went in without summons, the same shit I was doing, and it was actually a lot easier. Well, relatively. His health was definitely far less. So, then began the process. And it took about an hour and 15 minutes of attempts. So I don't know how many attempt this was, what number this was. I would guess in like the 30s or something. If I had to throw it out there, but maybe not even that many. And so I went through a bunch of different weapons and different combinations and stuff again. And I ended up with the Blasphemous Blade, which really is like fucking what is his name? From Bloodborne, you know, where he's like, oh, you were by my side all along, you know? And pulling out the Blasphemous Blade. And, you know, I was doing it with little Tay, and he didn't do anything. You know, he tanked for a bit, but he could never survive for like 30 seconds into phase 2. So I was like, he's kind of worthless. And Yosh was even worse. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I'm going to do this, I got to try Mimic Tier because everyone raves about it. And yeah, Mimic Tier is pretty ridiculous. I don't know why it's specifically so good compared to everything else, but it is. And especially Mimic Tier with Blasphemous Blade because he will use the skill decently often and it heals him. So it's a big boon for longevity. And eventually, well, I mean, for the last hour and 15 minutes, I had no issue getting to phase 2. Like, I could get to phase 2 every single time. That wasn't an issue. But phase 2 is most of the fight, and it's not easy, and it's a lot of bullshit. And what I came to realize is that basically, it comes down to the Mimic Tier, really. Not so much for damage, although he does damage, but mostly just for the diversion. Because if the Mimic Tier dies, I basically cannot get a hit in on Radahn. It's just insane. Like, it's ridiculous how small your windows. I mean, we always joke about that, especially in Elden Ring, especially in the DLC of, like, you know, the bosses do their big combos, and then you have, like, half a second to do something. Radahn pushes that to the extreme. I mean, he never really stops. Even if you dodge, like, his big grab, the big hug, even if you dodge that, like, the instant it happens, and then the instant you dodge, you try and heal, he will hit you before your heal ends. Like, before the animation ends. Like, that's how short the windows are. It's really rough. So, yeah, I needed Mimic Tier there just so that he could take some hits, and I could hit him, and then sometimes I would be, you know, avoiding the hits, and the Mimic Tier would be able to get a hit in. And it was really a tag team kind of thing. And I would never have been able to beat it solo. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't think, like, my skills would ever be good enough. So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there wasn't much of an ending. I don't know if there's anything else here. There was just that little memory. I don't know what I really expected. Credits, maybe. I guess credits. Let me just see if there's, like, an ending. No? Doesn't seem like there's any ending. That memory was what we got. It's kind of weird to not have, like, assuming that this is the end of Elden Ring, or at least Elden Ring 1, you'd think that there'd be like some epic... That's the hardest boss they've ever made. Like, there should be some epic fucking ending where you walk into heaven or something and start just killing gods, or like, I don't know, just something. So yeah, that's a little weird. But overall, my opinion of the DLC is still the same. I do think that boss is really bullshit. And like other people were saying, I was reading discussions. You fight Ishin in Sekiro, you know, the final boss of Sekiro. It's a really, really satisfying boss fight because it takes everything you've learned throughout the whole game and it requires you to just apply all of it and master it and learn all of his moves, and you can counter basically every single move, whether it's with jumping or dodging or the Mirikiri or whatever. You know, it's really like peak sort of like shinobi sort of shit, you know. Whereas this boss, most of the time when I'm dodging his stuff, it just feels like a crapshoot. Like his weird little like repeating spam move that he does, where it's like he's like phasing in and out. Literally just panic dodging, and it's a crapshoot whether it hits me or not. Like I don't know. It was just ridiculous. So many big AoEs and just ridiculousness, and yeah, it's just not a very good fight. So I guess I'm glad that I did it. We can put a pin in this. We can say that I did it. I mean, I don't know if you want to call it legitimate or not, because I used a Spirit Ash, especially Mimic Tier. Oh, God. But I didn't use the really cheesy stuff, because people are saying, oh, just... It's the lightning perfume bottle with, like, the rolling sparks skill, Ash of War. And if you just use that, it bugs the thing, and it hits all at once, and it kills him in, like, 4 times. You use it 4 times, and he's dead. At least I didn't do that. I mean, I was in there. I had to whittle his health down. I was rolling, all that sort of stuff. It's legitimate enough for me. So, okay. But, regardless, now, my name is Mangg. The game you just finished watching is Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, and I'll see you fine folks around.